Hello and welcome to another episode of Pedals Are People Too. I'm Dan from Tim on Heart. We've got a cracking episode for you today. We've got Ben from Volume. Ben, thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited to do this episode. I've seen Ben play a couple of times. You guys have been really busy this year. What's kind of been the highlight so far?
So started 2019, we recorded an EP at Einstein Studios in Antrim by Frankie McLeod.
I love Frankie.
Yeah. He's a funny man. So yeah, we took a week and just recorded the EP. It was so fun.
Was that your first time in a recording studio and that kind of setup?
We had been to him in 2018 because there's our first single was called Too Far Gone, and it's on the album, but we did that in 2018 and then went back a year later to do the whole EP.
Cool.
So yeah, but it was so much better just having the whole week spending up there, and we were all had time off and just chilling together. So yeah, no, it was so fun.
Quality. So you put the EP out, and then there was a gig in, I think it was Voodoo that I saw you guys in.
Yeah.
It was rammed. I don't think I've seen so many people at a gig in Voodoo in a long time.
Yeah, that was amazing. People really came out to support us and stuff, and that was just the icing on the cake with the EP, and then the gig. It was brilliant.
Quality.
And then since then we've just kind of been trucking away, playing gigs in Belfast. Yeah, we played Culture Night.
Cool.
That was good as well. That's where you...
Yeah, I saw you guys there as well. And the sounds kind of funk, rock, blues. There's a lot going... There's a lot of kind of flexibility in it, but it's married together by the fact that you have your tone and Keelan, your singer, has a very kind of distinctive style as well. So it gels it.
It allows us to get away with a lot of things. Because we all have different musical influences, and it's very fluid across genres.
Yeah.
So, but there's never really, we can't do this because we play this. It's going to
sound like you guys.
Yeah.
Because it's you guys.
Yeah.
And I suppose Strat is the mother of versatility.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it always going to be a Strat for you? Did you ever consider Telly or Les Paul or something like that?
So growing up, I'm 20. I've been playing guitar since I was 9. So I was a massive metalhead. So before I had a Strat, I actually had a big Dave Mustaine
class.
And so that's what I played for a year, just metal. That's how I learned guitar, playing Metallica riffs and stuff. And but there was a point where I still had the V, and a guy called John McConville played, the John Mayer riff. Who do you think I was? That riff, he played it. I was like, what's that? And so I learned it on the Flan V, and I got into Hendrix, still with the V. Well, he played a V actually for a while, but and then so eventually I made
that opened a whole
other world of
cool
music.
And before we go on to the Pedalboard, which I can't wait to get into, the amp is Fender
Blues Deluxe.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it's a reissue.
Yeah.
Or else I'll be sitting on a lot of cash. Yeah.
How did you come by it? Was it, had you gone through a couple of amps, or was it always the Fender kind of clean, almost pedal platform that you wanted to go for?
At the point I got this, I had a Black Star, which was good because I didn't really like the drive sound on it. I don't know, there's something weird about it, but the clean sound I actually really liked. But this amp was sitting in my grandma's house. It was super weird. I was just up one day and it was sitting there, and I was like, why is this here? This is crazy. And it was my cousin's, and he left it there for a year or something. So a year after that again, I asked if I could have it, and he said yeah. So
possession is 9/10 of the law.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And now it's here. So take us. Even you've kind of given us a bit of the clean tone there. So we kind of that's what we're going Strat into.
Yeah.
Into the amp. There was a little bit of clone on.
Yeah.
So talk us through the board. Kind of the signal chain if you want to go from kind of guitar through. Yeah,
okay. So, I'll give you a wee clean, proper clean. So, yeah, just a bit of spring reverb on the amp, obviously. But, so the signal chain coming in then is fuzz face first. This is actually my newest thing. I'm just trying it out. I was in Bristol for a while, visiting my girlfriend's auntie and uncle, and Do you know? You ever heard of PMT?
Yeah.
It's a big music store, right? So I was in Bristol, like, her girlfriend's uncle was going to buy a suit. I was like, right, well, I'll do. So I typed in like guitar store, Bristol, and it was like PMT. It was literally like the next place I was in. So I went in there, and it was just huge. I was there for like an hour, and I wasn't going to get anything, and then my girlfriend Becca was like, "Oh, like, why don't you get something to like bring home?" And I was like, "All right, you convinced me."
Doesn't take much convincing.
Yeah, so this was on the ground, this red fuzz face, and I was trying it, and I really liked it. And then I went to buy it, and they said they had none in stock. Like they had this display model which was nailed to some board.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, wick," and got home, and literally looked up on Facebook Marketplace, and there was one for half price. And it was at my house by the time I was back in Belfast. So yeah, that's the newest thing.
Nice.
And that's first just because it's interacts so much with my volume. You know, so I couldn't really have it anywhere else.
Yeah.
And so I'll give you a wee taste of that song. So yeah, it's
and give us a roll off the volume a wee bit, just kind of clean up and.
Yeah, I'll show you the difference sort of. So if I'm on like 6, it's. Or, sorry, there's a wee hair on it. So. But it's literally just like even on 8, it's like on 10. So that's just what I love about it. It's great. So I'm trying it out.
Trying it out quite successfully, I would suggest.
Yeah, thank you. And then, so that's into envelope filter.
Cool.
And pretty stuff. Oh. And then tuner.
Yeah.
Compression.
Yeah.
Just a wee bit. Kind of hear it.
Kind of needed for that kind of funk stuff. You want it to.
Yeah. It's quite dark, and this Strat's also quite dark, so I might experiment with something else. But that's what's on. I actually got that for really cheap as well, so
nice.
All handy stuff. Next, octave fuzz. That just sounds great. Tube Screamer. Sort of the Archer. I think this is the J-Rad, I think they're called. I'm not sure if this is new or old.
Okay.
J-Rocket and then J-Rad. Yeah. The same company, but so this is my always on. It's kind of like the centerpiece of the whole board. Okay. And I usually just run it on a week. Yeah. Here where that comes in. And during the course of the set, I'll just turn up the gain, turn down the gain. That's really how the whole thing works.
So you would if that's always on, then you're building on top of that with Tube Screamer, or with the fuzz face, or Cool. We can do a bit of that shortly whenever we're on through a couple of songs. So next in the chain after the clone.
Yeah, up here, 5.
Cool.
That's just my favorite, like, modulation.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just has such like a texture to it. Just washes in and out, and it's never thin. You know, like on a phaser, it gets to the part where it's kind of thin. Where for me, it just never sounds thin. It just always. And
you can use it quite subtly to add a lot to the sound. Yeah. You wouldn't think that such a subtle change would give you so much, but a vibe kind of works quite well for that.
Yeah. So that again, that's a Hendrix thing.
Yeah.
And then. Tape echo Wampler. Yeah. Just you can hear the signal degrade. I'll turn up the repeat so you can really hear it.
Cool. Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it just becomes crunchy after a while.
Yeah. And would you use that just to kind of flesh out solos, or would that be more on, more often, like maybe in rhythm bits, or how would you?
I usually have it just on a slapback.
Okay.
And I kind of just write it on all the time.
Yeah.
For some distortion heavy stuff, I'll turn it off because it just becomes a bit too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then second last is the Boss DD3. I kind of use this as a stutter, like.
Yeah.
Is that so if you've heard our song Too Far Gone, like that comes in right before the singing.
Cool.
And so that's just...
You're not the first person that's used that. And they've kind of
no.
like thrown it back to like Radiohead, that kind of influence.
I got it off, you know, Josh Klinghoffer from...
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched his rig rundown.
Cool.
And he does it in Dark Necessities, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is that? And then it was just this. I already had it. I was like, oh,
sort of.
Of course, yeah. So I use that just for that.
Yeah.
And then last is the second newest.
Yeah.
Do you know Red House, the band?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought it off the guitar player.
How did you buy it?
Actually, this whole thing, the Pedalboard's off him too.
Serious?
Yeah. So that's just...
I was trying to get an octave pedal off him, but it was too slow.
Oh, right.
I was like 15 minutes late.
Oh. Yeah, but yeah, that's the last thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's so nice. I love that kind of shimmer reverb. Would you tend to leave it on that setting, or would you play about with the tone prints or swap it for different songs?
It's so new. I haven't really had time. Because I use a spring on here.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and use it for the more effecty.
Yeah.
You know, instead of a room, like maybe there's modulated or you know, pad or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's just messing about with that at the minute. So.
Quality. So do you want to take us to like a volume song or riff where maybe you stack a couple of pedals or you use a specific tone? Kind of talk us through how you got there.
Yeah. Okay. So like there's kind of two I'll talk about. Cool. So the first one's a sort of heavier volume song called MIA. And this was based on like, we did 2 covers at the minute, and it was John Mayer's Who Did You Think I Was? That same thing.
I saw you play that with Adam from Red House.
Yes.
At the EP launch. And that was unreal. Just like with you on, like just doing what you do, and then Adam got on and did what he does. It was great.
It was so good. Yeah, that was like one of the funnest on-time stage things I've ever had. That was great. I'll do that again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so really the heavier volume songs is just turning up the gain on this here. The volume pots fell off, so I have to use my ears. Imagine that, like. So that sounds about right. And then that's really it. It's in drop D, so I'll give it a wee. Oh yeah, so I was saying we were doing 2 covers at the time. Even Flow, Pearl Jam, Who Do You Think I Was? And Kaelin was literally like, we need a song with songs like that. So like from that became the song MIA, and the main riff was like. That's the heavy sound.
Class.
That for all our heavy songs, it's kind of just that. And then
you're switching really like with one guitarist in the band. You have to be careful about when you switch to playing like a chordy riff or whenever you drop out and play those kind of single notes.
Yeah.
Do you kind of twist the tone to balance that off?
Yeah. So in the chordy ones, your texture's already big.
Yeah.
And my playing style is like, I try and hit all the strings all the time and mute here. So instead of like, if I play it on speed, you know what I mean? It's like, this gives a wider texture.
It's more rhythmic as well. You've got, even though you're not playing it, you can hear the downstroke. Yeah,
so it's just trying to get this strat, the sound as big as possible. And then, so when it comes to the single notes, like, it's not gonna cut it, like you need to. And then on top of that, I'll also put put the delay on, so it's even. It's just trying to get it to sound as big as possible.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Is there a point where you maybe like layer, I don't know, Tube Screamer or fuzz on top of the clone?
Yeah. Although I wouldn't be running that type of gain really.
Okay, so you would clean up the clone before you
Yeah.
you layer anything on top of it.
A song where I would have sort of a different types of drive would be "Living the Lightning."
Okay.
I use quite a lot of effects actually.
Cool.
So that would be.
So would you tap tempo it based on the drummer, or would you tap tempo it just on ear to what you want?
Yeah, based on the drummer.
Okay.
Yeah. Big Matt.
And Matt's like a click track, so
Yeah.
he's not going to waver too much.
Yeah. Well, once he gets started,
Yeah. We'll cut that out.
But so, yes, so the verse in Living the Lightning, vibe, delay, a wee bit of drive, and it's really simple. Matt actually wrote all of this,
Wow.
apart from the solo. So Living the Lightning, yeah, this is all Matt, yeah.
Cool.
It's cool, like.
So nice as well. I suppose because you're not laying on the drive too heavy, it's really cutting through, and it's not kind of mushy or overly kind of compressed or overly distorted.
Yeah.
So you've got that clarity in the note, but it's still hitting you.
Yeah, it does seem to come out over the mix live. In the studio version, we didn't have enough time to like sit and like do all this here. I actually wasn't even using this guitar. So it's like into like a diesel.
Yeah.
like
Frankie loves that diesel,
yes,
man. I
yes.
recorded with Frankie about 10 years ago, and he was like, use the diesel.
Yeah. It's a lovely amp. It's a lovely amp. But yeah, so the studio version is a lot more like cock rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it suits it. It kind of works. And then live, you can experiment a wee bit more, and you
That's
can.
it.
Would you like mid set? Would you be kind of twiddling knobs and fixing things on the fly?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of like getting in, and like you probably know yourself, like your settings kind of need to change anywhere you go, to the room you're in, and like if you're in a bigger room, you can't use the big hall reverb. It does sound crap, so it's just like molding your. It's good to know your pedals and know your amp, so you can kind of like mold it to the room.
Yeah,
and
you know what needs to change just to fit the setting.
Yeah.
You know, instead of going in there kind of blind almost. Or,
and expecting it to work and expecting just because.
I mean, we've all seen guitarists do that, and we know what it sounds like. The only thing we haven't really kind of looked at then is like the fuzz side of things. Are there songs where you would specifically use the fuzz face over the octave fuzz, or vice versa?
So, yeah, there isn't a Valium song with this yet.
Okay, yet is the key word there.
Is it. There's a Valium song with this.
Cool. And you're laying that over the clone still?
Yeah, and the Tube Screamer, I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
cool. And they're coming after the octave fuzz as well, so that's kind of shaping it.
Yeah,
more.
it's just like like I like to think of it like these are kind of like chopping and changing the signal just to fire right into that, which makes it even more gainy, and then it just pushes into the amp, you know. So it's just like gaining momentum as it goes through the signal chain. So this is a song called. Have I been sending the song titles?
It's okay.
Terrible plugger. This is Love in a Headlock. So
cool.
This. So that was Love in a Headlock, which was the first song that I ever sent, or first riff that I ever sent our bass player David, and when we were like kind of chatting about starting a band.
That's really cool.
So,
it's such a modern band thing to be like, I'm going to email you a riff. Did the riff come and then you kind of put pedals on top of it, or did you have the pedal sound and the riff came out of that? Yeah, so at that time, like I didn't think I had any of these at all. And I had this, and it was plugged into a microcube, like, you know, the wee tiny, and I was just sitting, and that's where it came from. But yeah, like, usually all my riffs are always unplugged, and then I try to imagine. Because sometimes, like, if I practice for a show, I'll get the rig set up, but if I'm writing, I don't know, there's something about just having loads of options and pedals at your feet. For me, it takes away from the actual notes. And, you know, imagination, because I'm hearing half the finished product. You know what I'm trying to say? It's almost a distraction. Whenever you're just trying to write a riff. That there's so many things to press or turn. It's like, I don't know, like if you're trying to write a song in Pro Tools or something, or Ableton with like millions of instruments and plugins and all you can use, or just sitting down with a piece of paper, like you'll probably get something more from your heart and brain if you just have the piece of paper. Do you know what I mean? Completely makes sense. So you kind of mentioned that you'd only kind of picked up these pedals over the last couple of years. Is there one of them that, you know, you're really attached to, that if something happened, you know, I like if it went missing or somebody nabbed it, or if your whole board went, what would be the first pedal that you would kind of go out and buy a new one of straight away? For utilitarian reasons, it would be the Archer. But like the one that's closest to my heart is the Tube Screamer. Because I got that when I was 17, I'm pretty sure, and like I paid 180 quid for this. Like I don't know if they're still that price, but looking back on it, just seems so steep. The 808s were always more expensive than the 9s. Because I think I have a 9. And it's sweet, but I just couldn't justify spending that wee bit more on the 808. See, like, so yeah. I got paid every 2 weeks at this point, and I was working in Domino's Pizza. I was getting $370, and I got paid 180 quid. So like, work that out. Like, I'd worked a good bit, and I was in tech. So at lunchtime in tech, I went and bought this. Amazing. And I remember after actually being like, oh, actually, I don't even have money for lunch now. But I had this here, and the reason I bought it was because everyone was like, Steve Ray Vaughan used the TS-808, and I was like, sweet. Even in the shop, I sat TS-808 here, TS-9 here, A, B in them, and I was like, there's no difference. I couldn't hear a difference at all. Like some people say there is. I don't know. Apparently just the switch is different. But even still, I was like, right, Steve Ray Vaughan apparently used the TS-808, so I got it. And I've been using it flat out ever since. So you've always been attached to that pedal, that'll be the one. Is there anything that you feel is missing off the board that would be the next type of sound, or the next, you know, effect or modulation or something that you would go towards? Now that I've got one fuzz or two fuzzes, I just more want some more fuzz. Like I want a whole separate board of just fuzz pedals. There's the Sunface. You know what I'm talking about? What's the company? It's not Analog Man, is it? It is Analog Man. The Sunfaces are class. So I've heard those, and it's just so bright. That's really dark, which is nice for some things, and then this here
just so bright. So
that's cool. So more fuzz.
More fuzz,
but don't steam the tube screamer.
No, please.
That's cool. Ben, listen, thanks so much for coming in and chatting to us and playing us a bit. If anybody wants to find out more about Valium, where are you online and all that kind of stuff? So, shameless plug time. Go for it.
Okay, so Valium on Instagram @ValiumFunk. On Facebook, just Valium. You'll find us somewhere in amongst all the other Valiums. And then YouTube as well at Valium. If you can't find us, it's Valium Gig Vlogs. I put together our wee vlogs, so like they're kind of funny. It gives me a chance to make fun of everyone else in the band because I edit them. That's about it. That's right. Definitely check out Ben and Valium. And I mean, they're gigging in Belfast at the minute. It wouldn't surprise me if they're gigging further afield before long. Yeah, hopefully. So hopefully. Yeah, fingers crossed for that. Ben, thank you very much. Cool. Thank you. Cheers. Nice one. Loved it. Check out the rest of the videos on tmhmusic.com. We've got a bunch of stuff happening. There's more Pedals Are People 2 videos. We've got a group on Facebook that Ben is a part of. So if you want to ask him any questions or find out more about his tone, join the group, fire us a question, and we'll do our best to kind of coerce him into answering it for you. Thanks very much. Follow Tim Manhart on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that usual stuff. And there'll be links down below the video. Hit subscribe. Thank you very much. That's an awful lot to remember.